So in this video, we're going to take a look at the new Galaxy A21. It's currently $250, and it's currently available on pretty much all of the major carriers. But I'll leave a link in the description below with current pricing and more information. Now for some of the specs on here, it comes with 32 gigabytes of storage, a 4000 milliamp hour battery with fast charging, 6.5-inch infinity display, and it's also got 4 cameras on the back. Even though it's only 32 gigabytes of storage, you can expand this up to 512 gigabytes with a micro SD card. It's also got an ultrasonic fingerprint ID. Now this has a MediaTek MT6765 Helio P35 processor at 2.3 gigahertz and 1.8. The resolution is 720 by 1600, and the display is a TFT panel, so no AMOLED on this one. For Wi-Fi, you get 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, and Bluetooth 5.0. And the weight on this is 193 grams. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. A pretty short USB-C charging cable. Here's your fast charging brick. SIM card and micro SD card ejection tool. Terms and conditions. The weird thing is I figured this would be in a Sprint box, but no, it's just the regular Samsung one. Okay, so it definitely seems pretty similar to the other Samsung devices I've looked at. Probably pretty close to the Galaxy A11 actually. This one's just black on the back, which is still pretty shiny, but kind of bland for Samsung devices. It definitely looks nice with the matte black around the edges. You can see the quad camera setup there on the back with the fingerprint scanner and flash. You've got a hole punch camera there up in the left-hand corner. Power and volume buttons are on the right-hand side. I don't believe it's like that on the other Samsung devices I have, so that's definitely a nice touch. On the left-hand side is where your SIM card and micro SD card goes. Microphone there on the top, USB-C charging port on the bottom, along with the speaker and headphone jack. Again, this matte black around the edges looks really nice. So when signing in with this device, you're going to get face recognition, fingerprints, pattern, PIN, and password. So you can see this next to the Galaxy A11, pretty much the same exact design, just a little bit taller. It's also just a hair thicker. Same design on the back. You can see it's just got an extra camera. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a case because I'm sure it's going to try to get scratched before I get this review done. As far as the software, it looks like when you swipe left on the home screen, you're going to get Bixby. Swipe down, you're going to get all of your apps installed. There are a few apps that are pre-installed, such as Netflix. It doesn't let you uninstall Netflix for some reason. That's kind of weird. I'd probably keep that anyways, but still. You've also got some Microsoft apps. I chose to skip all the Samsung apps, so there's only 2 right now, which is the Game Launcher and My Files. It's got most of the Google apps that I probably would use. Typical shortcuts up in the notification shade. You've got airplane mode, flashlight, power mode, mobile data, blue light filter, mobile hotspot, location, do not disturb, quick share. This does have NFC and Dolby Atmos. You've also got dark mode and focus mode. You've also got a shortcut to power and restart. You can also change button order, quick panel layout, and status bar. So it's got 19.2 gigabytes available out of 32 gigabytes. It does look like there's an update already. I'm going to hold off on that till a little bit later. And this is on Android 10, One UI 2.1. You are going to get some motions and gestures, such as double tap to wake, easy mute, direct call, finger sensor gestures, and swipe to call or send messages. Samsung lasted 6.5 hours before finally dying, where Lenovo only lasted 4.5 hours, which is kind of sad really. It's got to be one of the lowest on battery life that I've tested, and then they both take about 3 hours to charge back up from 0 to 100%. Now when it comes to better speakers, okay, so it only has the one speaker on the bottom, but definitely plenty loud enough, and I'm pretty happy with how it sounds. Especially for a budget phone like this, I think it sounds really good. Obviously, it's only a 720p screen, but again, for a budget device like this, I think it looks just fine compared to some of the other devices I've tried. I ran a Geekbench test, and it came out at 171 and 946, which is quite a bit slower than something like a Galaxy A50. I also played PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, and Asphalt 9. All three played nice and smooth, even though the graphics settings on PUBG Mobile was the lowest with medium frame rates. Everything still played nice and smooth, and sure, you'll see a little bit of choppiness every now and then, but overall, I'm pretty satisfied with gaming performance on this phone. Here's some more footage just to give you an idea of what it looks like. It definitely has a lot of detail on the main camera. In the camera app, you've got live focus, photo, you can do wide angle or zoomed in, video, and more. And inside more, you've got panorama, pro, food, and macro. So a pretty simple camera app, very similar to other Samsung devices. Up at the top, you've got settings, flash, timer on and off. Aspect ratio, you can do 3x4, 9x16, 1x1, or full. And then you get a lot of different filters to choose from as well. Good thing is you can record full HD on the rear camera and the front camera at 16:9 aspect ratio. Here's a few samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect from the Galaxy A21. So you'll notice here you can actually get some pretty decent photos from this camera as long as the lighting conditions are decent. I'm always amazed at how good photos look from cheaper devices nowadays. It did struggle a little bit when using live focus, where it was sort of confused on what to blur out, but overall I think this camera is really good for the price you're paying. Same thing with video. I think the front and rear cameras looked really good and 1080p resolution. So hopefully this video gave you a little more info on the Galaxy A21. I think you're really getting a lot for what you're paying, especially if you can get it on sale. I wanted to see how fast the turbocharge was. It took just under 2 hours to charge from 0 up to 100%, so not bad actually. Now, if for some reason you think the A21 is too much or overpriced for what you get, I would definitely take a look at the Galaxy A11 because to me, that phone is really close to this one. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.